I'm gonna actually talk about the reaction that I did for the Nintendo Direct that popped up today. So if you guys noticed in the last video, I actually recorded myself reacting to what happened, and by God Almighty, there was so much that was announced. Like, I'm still pretty astonished myself of how much content was in this video. So I'm gonna be discussing some of that stuff and some of the stuff that was not in the video that maybe you guys have missed or anything. So we're gonna jump into that first. So the stuff that was not talked about, and I am gonna reference a creator that I watch, is SwitchForce. I got my information from him, so I will post his link in the description so you guys can see his version of what he said. But you know, they didn't talk about anything of the Nook points. I don't know if you guys, most of you guys know, there's an app you can get on your actual smartphone in real life that every day you get in, you can get points. And with those points, you can order stuff and it will come to your mailbox. So there was a lot of stuff that was not, sorry, I'm trying to get this present up here while I do this. That they didn't even talk about, and I will show a picture right now on the screen. That they show toilet paper, pochette, Nook ink, a balloon, and a sweater. And then Zach actually talked about them having a newspaper, which entitles showing all the events that might happen on your island, villagers that have birthdays that week, fish that may be catchable during the week or the month. I'm not sure about the details on that. And even the NPCs that might be on your plaza that day, which is amazing, because if you don't have time to get onto your Switch during the day and you're like, oh, what might be happening during my island while I'm at work or yada yada, you can just look on your Nook phone app and it will show that. So that's really amazing. The next thing that was said was that there was this image that I will post right now on the screen of Leaf. He's actually surprised. It's the showing of the Camera Pro that they talked about. And if you could see in the little right corner where they have like what he's selling, you could see precisely a green pepper. I thought it was a pumpkin, but according to Zach, it looks like a pepper. So we're gonna go with him, and hopefully, they did say in the video, the direct, that there's more vegetables. It's a carrots and more. So hopefully that's also included. They also, with the villagers, the new villagers. So with this picture up here, you can see that there's 8 spanking new villagers that we have not encountered, seen, even in past games. And I will say this right now, Sasha has my heart. I want Sasha and then Azalea. Right when I saw Azalea, if you guys noticed in my previous video, I was like, I need to know who that villager is. That was one of the villagers that I personally was like, I need her now. So they're really amazing. And then the other villagers on the bottom, I circled them. Apparently those were from previous games. They just had a change of name. So if you see the villager named Fret, he used to be called Champagne. And then Azalea used to be called Petunia. And then the penguin apparently had a weird Japanese name. I don't know. I didn't play any of the previous games, so this is all coming from what I have done my research and what Zach said. And then including them and the villagers we knew that were going to come, like Raymond, Sher, Audie. There's 16 brand new villagers just from New Horizons, which is outstanding, and some that we don't even know about yet. Most likely they're going to be different NPCs. I doubt that they wouldn't have shown new villagers if they shown these. And then I have this little notepad, so you probably might hear my paper flowing. And then I'm going to talk about I think it's called Archipelago. I'm not sure. I'm really bad at names, so excuse me for that. But with the new Happy Happy Designer Paradise. If you see the map right here, I'm gonna flash on the screen. There is apparently 48 spaces you can get on this paradise, which is basically telling you that you need 48 villagers on that island. Not to mention that you can include multiple villagers in one plot. So like they showed, I think it was Spike and Static, that they were able to room together. So in total, if you combine other villagers in the same dwelling, it's going to be up to 106 possibilities in total. That is crazy to even think about. That you can, they're not going to be directly on your island, but basically they're going to be your villagers, which I think is completely amazing. Because sometimes I find myself saying, man, I wish we could have more than just 10 villagers as a possibility on the island. Now we can have this completely whole different island, resort, whatever, and you can have the villagers you couldn't have on your island. So that's pretty amazing. And then they did mention that this will be the final major update for the game. I'm gonna put a screenshot right now of them Nintendo talking about that this is the last final update. I personally believe it's going to be the final major update, not the final update. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm hoping, because they did say it was going to be at least 2 to 3 years of life. With what they just gave us, they gave us at least a year and a half worth. So that include, like, that would entitle 2.5 years of pure gameplay that you can, the lifespan of the game. So I'm thinking they're still going to be doing, like, festival, not festival, kind of like Christmas updates. They're going to have new toys and stuff like that. I still think that's going to happen, because those are minor updates. This is a major update. This is, like, completely, there's so much information that I have written down that you guys, I had to fill up, like, 3 pages on my little notebook. It's insane. I'm just glad that they actually heard the Animal Crossing community, because that's what we were craving. This game is amazing, but it gets very lackluster sometimes. You just look for fossils, grab your materials, update your house, and that's basically it. But now it's like you have so much to do, not just in your core game, but with the paid DLC itself. That's gonna add hours and hours. I already know I'm gonna add even more than my 1,000 hours I had on this game, which is, I already played too much of this game. But regardless of that, let's get into the actual bulk of the update. I'm gonna, breeze through it because it's a lot. Obviously, we saw Brewster, like I said, I've never played the game before, so he's a completely new NPC to me. And I just love how you can invite villagers to come there. As you saw, we had the Able sisters in there drinking coffee with us. It was pretty good, and then the fact that you can bring other ones in is pretty amazing as well. After that, they showed Captain, which is, I'm curious to see, I don't know if anybody else thought of this, for the islands that he's sending you, are we able to find villagers there as well? Or is it just going to be the core of the mystery island? We're going to have to see that when this pops up, but I'm more likely to think that we're not going to find any villagers there, just because those are more based on the Nook Mount tickets themselves. And then after that, they showed Harv's Island, which was the point where I was like, okay, they're doing too much. They did too much. They over-exceeded our expectations, because we talked about so many NPCs that weren't available. Why isn't this NPC here? Tortimer's not here. Harriet's not here. Katrina's not here, and then they were like, okay, we're writing down the NPCs you guys want, we're just smacking them into a new plaza. And the fact that it was in Harv's Island makes it more suitable for us to even go to Harv's Island. I never went back since the summer update last year with Reese and Cyrus for their wedding event. Never went back, never thought of like getting the posters. They were unnecessary to me because I always wanted the frame photos. You know, you want the frame photos, you don't want no damn poster. So now, you know, even Kix and Sahara are gonna have their own shops. So if they're not even on your island, you can just go to Harv's Island and get your stuff there. That is just amazing. You don't have to wait for them. Even Red's on there. A lot of people say that they never see Red on their island. So this is gonna be a game changer. And then set time the ordinance. I didn't understand that quite frankly. I just think that it's gonna be like a little alarm for them to like get up. And then depending on if you're home in the afternoon, have them out more active in the afternoon. I think that's what it is. I'm not really sure about that, but it's a new feature, you know. I'll get to it and figure it out eventually. The expansion of the storage. Now that I was just like amazing because at first we were like, okay, we need more storage. We got, you know, 2,400 space. Okay. If you play this game as long as I have, it racks up. The items rack up, especially if you save up a lot of materials. You may have 5 stack of the cherry blossom petals, and that takes up a lot of room. So it gets to the point where you need a new person on the island just to suffice the storage space. And now we won't need to have that because we're gonna have 3 upgrades to get to 5,000. Amazing. And then and I forgot to talk about Reese and Cyrus. They're gonna actually help us, you know, customize stuff we weren't able to customize, like the lighthouse. That's oh my gosh, I am lost for words of how much they thought of what I already did this wrong, of how much they heard what we wanted. A lot of life updates were made. And then oh my gosh, not to mention cooking. I was shocked that they put in cooking. I thought that, you know, cooking wasn't really in the mindset of Animal Crossing because the only thing we were able to make that was food related was the coconut drink. But now we're gonna have tomatoes, wheat, sugarcane, potatoes, carrots, and like I said previously before, there's even more. And hopefully the pepper we saw that I talked about is gonna be into the game. Pro decorating license. I am a huge fan of the Sims games. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much more to decorate. And I will talk about that more with the actual paid DLC that they have, because that's where it actually kicks into almost being the Sims. Bridges, adding 2 more bridges for each, like, you know, incline and bridges. That's great. Some people want to do amazing to, you know, those people that have like 2 inclines to the museum, and that's already a lot of bulk to have, and now they're going to be able to do that without compromising the rest of the island. And the fencing, we already knew customization was going to come to fencing. In the previous trailer, I forgot what it was for. I think it was for the pumpkins? Don't quote me, but we saw white fence. So they have been in the works for quite a while. And finally they brought it in. The new camera, the tripod, the handheld mode. I can't wait to walk around in first person Animal Crossing and just take pictures of all my villagers getting surprised, just like how Judy was. Like, that was just so cute, how she had a sandwich. She was like, oh, hi. patterns can be worn. The patterns that you get from the Able sisters if you talk to them. Specifically to one that's always working the back. I wasn't really excited for that. I was just like, okay, great, you know. I really didn't have such a reaction. New hairstyles. The first and last hairstyles they showed were my favorite. I'm most likely going to be buying the last one. It was the little braid ponytail thing. Come on. Like, that was just so beautiful. They talked about Island 101 for people that start, which is great to have that. Because when I started, I had no idea what the heck I was supposed to do. Everything was just coming like naturally. I didn't even know I could get villagers from islands. I had no idea. It was a random fluke that I was able to get the first 3 villagers chosen by myself instead of Tom Nook choosing for me. I'm just glad that it worked that way, but I had no idea what to do. So that's great for newcomers. You know, more furniture for Nook Miles. You guys saw that they had Carnival Items. I watched this couple on YouTube called their names are Salty and Sakura. Salty was making this carnival for his island. He had to use a lot of custom design standee things that they had added to make a Ferris wheel. Now he could just throw that out, you know. I'm gonna link their channel down in the description as well. He could just throw that out now because now he has an actual Ferris wheel. That's the first thing I thought about, was him not needing that anymore, which is amazing in itself. The storage shed, don't even get me started with that. Like right now, I'm getting materials and I have a lot of stuff in here. So what I would have to do is just go into my house, drop them off, loading screen, and then go out, another loading screen. Yeah, now you don't need to do that. Now I can just plop it like right here maybe, and then just throw it in there. Get something from my house actually, not just throw them in there and then that's it. That's KK Slider is gonna have 12 new songs. That's great. You know, more songs for my little music player. The ATM outside, you don't have to go to resident services, get that loading screen. Like, those are a lot of life quality changes that they really outdid themselves. Extremely outdid themselves. And then I messed up on this word in my reaction. It's gyroids? Gyroids? I have no idea. I'm sorry guys. I'm terrible. Reading names and making sure I say them properly, but everybody wanted them. We finally got them. You can find shreds of them on the island to create to put back into the ground, grow them out, and they make such beautiful melodies. I can't wait to try to collect them all, you know. And then they have new furniture, Nook's Cranny. I saw gaming setup, that was great. Wooden ladder setup kit. Now, that's going to be the alternative, I believe, for inclines. Once you run out of inclines to put on your island, that's where it's going to come through. Right now, I'm going to be using my ladder to come there, and now with that, I could just have one right here. I wouldn't have needed to pull that out. Great, you know. They were able to make you scoot in between some furniture, which is amazing because sometimes you would make a design in your house and you couldn't access the area. You wanted to access the couch, the kitchen area. You couldn't access that because it was so close together. It didn't make sense, but now you can come into that. Villagers can come to your house. A lot of people were wanting that. I'm happy they can come visit me, but I'm thinking it might become annoying if they can come whenever they please, not whenever you were like, oh, my house is open for visitors. We'll see how that works. I don't know how it works in other games, so I have no idea with that. Let's see here the other. Okay, now we head to the big surprise shebang that they included in this direct, which is the paid DLC, the Happy Home Paradise. This is probably the best part of this direct. Out of everything I mentioned, yeah, we're amazing, you know, we're gonna have all this stuff, but this was number one for me. To be able to create homes for your villagers, their dream paradise home. Oh my god, my axe broke. But I wrote down in my little notes in bold, partition walls. I cannot begin to describe to you guys how much I had to go on the Kazan to buy bookcases to make separate rooms. So the fact that I don't gotta do that no more and spend a lot of Nook Mile tickets, amazing. I'm gonna be on this DLC all the time to try to get all excuse me, try to get all that unlocked for my island entirely. And then let's see, what else did I write? You can modify the room size, 2 different countertops, so you can make like a little store and like have the little cash register and little stuff on there, pillars, you know, to make it more better the ending of the actual partition. What I found weird was that how they pay you is with Poke currency. I don't know why they would have a different currency, but I wonder if we can bring that currency to the island, if we're gonna have a separate thing that shows how much Poke we got. Hey, you know, as long as we can get those extra items, you can build schools, doctor's offices, restaurants, and your villagers actually work in there. Sure, Bashan asking me if I wanted a glass of water. Baby, please, give me that water. I will come there and just get the water from you, you know? My gosh, and then, what was it? I think it was Vivian that was the teacher? Oh my gosh. Happy Home Network app, you know, share your designs. It reminded me a lot of Pokemon Snap, where you can, you know, share your pictures and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna work somewhat that way. You can invite your Amiibos to make their own houses. So if you don't have them on your island, you can bring in your Amiibo cards. Let's say you have an Amiibo of what they showed, Bud. Bring him in and do his house. I really don't care about Bud. He's the vein of my existence in this game. Have a bad history with him. Won't go into it right now because I will go into it. But and with this DLC, it's going to be released the same time as the actual 2.0 is, which is November 5th. Write that date down, guys. I cannot wait. I don't even know when that day is. I'm gonna check it right now as we speak, but that day is gonna be Friday. Okay, it's gonna be a Friday. So writing that date down, you know, making sure I'm up to get that as quick as possible. But pre-orders for the DLC begin October 29th. I don't know if I'm gonna pre-order it or not. Because I think it really doesn't matter, you're still gonna get the DLC. Unless they add an inclusive pre-order content you can get. If you pre-order, then I will pre-order it. Series 5 Amiibos. Series 5 Amiibos, what everybody was thinking that was gonna happen. We thought it was gonna be 100 cards. No. They were like, sorry, we're not gonna put that much villagers up there. We don't have that much, I guess. It's gonna include 48 cards, which is suffice, you know. Maybe they'll add more later, who knows? But I'm just happy we're gonna be able to get those cards. You know, hopefully we're all lucky and actually are able to obtain those cards via the retail stores. I think it's gonna be more than just Target this time. But yeah, they also released November 5th. So this direct it had a lot of information, guys. This video of mine right now is going to be pretty long, but way worth it. My thoughts on this DLC: 100% badass, 100% worth it, 100% worth the wait, 100% worth the burnout. Now, burnout's not even going to exist anymore until probably 2023, maybe, for me. I don't know, because I'm the type of person that likes to 100% stuff, especially when it comes to custom designs. Like I said, I personally love the paid DLC the most. It's so worth the $25. They also talked about including the paid DLC with the Nintendo Online extension thing that they offered. I don't really get that. I don't really want, I'm not going to get the extension pass, quite frankly. I don't really use that for other games. But hey, you get the free expansion pass to, get that. So that's perfect for other people that want to play the new games they announced in the actual Direct, the other one. So, I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm pretty damn excited for this update. I'm over here, like, time traveling so fast to get all my villagers started, to get everything updated in preparation for villager hunts, in preparation for this update. I have a couple weeks to be able to get this all suited. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think about the Direct? Were you pleasantly surprised? Were you upset that you have to pay $25 for the paid DLC? Did you think maybe they should have just gone free all the way? Let me know what you guys think. But I am an extremely happy bug right now. I am on top of the moon, and I hope you guys are too. I mean, I talked a lot right now, and I'm probably gonna need a huge glass of water after this. But yeah, guys, so that's gonna be it today. My voice is starting to crack a little bit. But I'm still kind of in the moon with all this. And yeah, as you can see, I have my campsite I made right now, so I'm gonna place that down, and pretty soon there's gonna be another video for you guys showing you who my new campsite villager is. The first one, guys. And then I will be joined by Andy to check that out. And also, villager hunts would be coming after this campsite villager. So I will see you in the next video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, let me do this real quick. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.